You can't satisfy me. Sorry. That's why I leave the singing to Andrea Simone.
Yeah.
Guys, welcome back to another
Episode?
refreshing. I was like, what am I going to describe this episode as? Refreshing episode of Jillin off. I'm Christina Walkinshaw. With me, as always.
Jen Murphy.
And like really with me, as always. We've been together now for like a good solid week on the road.
Thank you, dudes, for our new beer we're going to have today. It's called Super Cali. Cali for California because it's made in California. Super Califragilistic.
Oh my God, it's really, oh my God, it's really hot out.
I was
and this
just
feels
telling
so
Christina, the breweries make such awesome looking cans now. I don't even want to throw them out sometimes after I drink it.
They're really cute. It's funny because I messaged you and I was like, what's, me, I'm a craft beer nerd and I'm all about longevity. Like I only care about alcohol percentage because I'd rather have some more drinks tonight rather than pass out after 2. So I was like, oh, is it a light alcohol content one? And she was like, yeah, pretty much.
I thought it was a 5. I have glasses that I wear when I read, and I'm starting to get to the point where I almost need them all the time. So I didn't have my glasses on, and I was like, oh, 5. And then when I got here, I was like, is that a 9? Christina's going to kill me.
This is a 9.1% beer. That's like almost as strong as wine, only instead of, what would you have, like a 6-ounce glass of wine? This is 16 flu ounces.
We'll drink it slow.
No, guess what? I had a feeling this might happen, so.
Well, 2 for me. All right. You did not. Wait, you had a feeling that I was going to bring the wrong percentage of beer?
Yeah. I know you so well. I had a feeling that beer might be too strong, and so I did bring one of my revisions, but that's fine because we just did that show revision.
I thought all the revisions were really strong. What is that one?
4%.
Oh, okay.
4%.
Well, guys, we've learned today that Christina doesn't trust me, so this podcast is starting out really well. Guess what? My beers are cold because I packed them on ice on the way down here.
I literally trust Jen so much with everything excepting alcohol percentages on craft beer. That's it. That's the only way. That's the only place where our trust has elapsed. I had a feeling. And remember what we read about that in that book? Sometimes you have to follow your instincts and follow your gut. My gut said pack a 4% beer just in case.
As long as you know that I tried to bring a lower one. I was concerned about you. It's my eyes. I'm getting old.
Cheers to getting old.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, this is exciting.
Mm-hmm. This is the beer that I was drinking at our show in Sparks, Nevada. And look, I'm wearing the matching t-shirt. Jen was really good with them.
Well, this is great. Now we can do, so I performed at Dudes last week, and we both performed at Revisions on Saturday. Now we can plug both beers.
We can plug both beers.
If you're in the Reno area, though, Revisions is an awesome brewery.
It's such a fun, cool space, and the beers are amazing.
Yeah.
The merch is amazing. You were really slick with being like, hey, can we get a hoodie? And then I took the tank top, but it was nice.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I sold some fanny packs. I sell fanny packs as my merch. Do you remember last week what we said we were going to do that we forgot to do?
I don't remember last week.
Okay.
It was a long weekend. No, what did we say?
So we listen to the podcasts, right? And we always notice we seem to be like the funniest at the end of the episode, like when the beer is almost done. So then we're like, maybe we should go out for a drink before we record. That way we'll be at the bottom of our first drink when we start the podcast, which is usually when we're funny.
I actually did remember that today, but I figured since you have a show after this, I thought you wouldn't want to.
And you know what? You're 100% right.
Yeah. So no, see, I even walked by that bar. I didn't go in. I didn't have a drink before, but
we really do know each other inside out.
Yeah, because I know when you have shows. Usually you don't perform after we do podcasts, but I know when you have shows.
Exactly. But you're right. It would have been like for next time.
Christina's a professional.
I'm so good at drinking. I just am good at it. Do you know what I mean?
I was talking about your comedy.
Oh, you're good at comedy.
She's like, I am a professional drinker. You're right.
I like to take a compliment and bring it back to my alcoholism.
Oh, that's so funny.
We've had some good drinks. We've had. So how far back do we have to go? Okay, so we haven't talked since I went to Las Vegas.
I know how far back we have to go. Oh, wait.
Oh, you know what we even have to talk about? So you've been trying to manifest a booty call, and then we got on the subway last week when we were leaving here, and some guy grabbed Jen's booty.
No, not just grabbed. So this happened to me once in New York years ago, except, so as I was getting on and as he kind of was right behind me. But it wasn't an accident. He literally like stuck his hand, like it went in my butt. I mean, I was wearing I had clothes on, but still, like he hit it. Like you saw my face. I was like mortified.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Christina, I just got violated.
Yeah. And it doesn't help that the man was probably homeless. Not that we would give it, like, not that it would be okay if he, had a house and he, put his hand up Jen's
But the
butt crack,
grody
but
factor to it didn't help. Yeah.
no, the grody factor did not.
When it happened in New York, this guy, I was getting on, he waited, he was standing outside the doors and I went in, and as the doors were closing, I was standing right there and he shoved like a finger and then the doors closed.
Oh my God.
But then sometimes you don't know they're going to reopen, and they did. And I went out and I started chasing.
Oh, good for you.
I don't know what I was going to do. But yeah, the subway violation is no joke.
Oh my God.
They should have signs up in the subway.
Yeah, it'd be like, cover your butt.
Cover your butt.
Oh my God.
Booty violation.
Booty.
Also, like, what a weird thing to get off on.
Oof, I know.
Like sticking your fist into girls' closed
Oof.
butts.
So gross.
Yeah.
It's like they already, that guy probably already smelled like poop. Like, why would he want to?
Well, touching my butt isn't going to make him smell. Although today I do feel like I might smell because I got so excited about this dress about the Goodwill that I put it right on. And then I was on the way down here and I was like, probably should have washed it before I wore it.
Oh my God. It was funny because remember when I was on the ship with Johnny Beaner, I buy like a lot of my dresses. I bought like 6 dresses and like at that thrift store in Victoria. And he's like, oh, do you think that the thrift stores like wash the clothes before they sell them?
No.
And of course I went, yeah, like probably. And then I reached in the pocket and I found a Tootsie Roll wrapper.
Oh, God. I thought you were going to say it was a full Tootsie.
No, just the wrapper.
Yeah, they definitely don't wash them.
So it's a real vintage dress though. When was the last time you had a Tootsie Roll? That's a real vintage right there.
Have you ever been violated on public transportation, Haley? I hope not. Please say no.
Probably. It's probably happened so many times you just kind of forget about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's true. It's
Sometimes
sad.
it's just like a graze and you're like, was it an accident?
Oof. I mean, I know. I would probably, in my head, I might have to change the narrative of the story and I would have to just believe that it was an accident in order to just like let it go.
I mean, yeah, I kind of thought it might be for a second, but I don't know. I mean, he only hit me once and he was like a dead end. He hit the target right in the. So if that was an accident, I don't know.
I don't think it was an accident.
It was, what's it when you play darts and it's a.
Bullseye?
Bullseye. Thank you.
Bullseye.
It was a bullseye.
Finger in the butt.
But I'm over it now, so.
But
But yeah, you got to be careful. This is the thing. So Christina's been getting me into manifesting things to happen. I've never really, but I'm now, that makes, because I've told her, oh, I really want like a booty call. I really want to hook up with somebody or whatever. Maybe I said I want to be touched. I don't know.
I know.
But I'm learning. You got to be more specific.
The universe is kind of listening. Like it hears keywords and it gives you that. So instead of Jen getting a booty call, she got to finger up the booty.
Yeah, I got to
Like
be more specific.
The universe for surely heard booty though, so it was something. But
The universe is a pervert.
the universe is a pervert. Oh my God.
How was your time? I think after you left me, you went to Vegas.
Sure did. Don't I always go to Vegas, guys? I pretty much live in Las Vegas. I might want to call the episode "The Universe is a Pervert."
That's funny.
I think it's funny.
How was it?
So I went to Vegas. Yes, I went and saw Casey Musgraves.
Ooh, yeah.
Very powerful concert. I love her so much. With Christine. Then the second night we went and saw Magic Mike. I was like full blown tourist, then Lazy River.
Sexy.
And then I did meet a gentleman on my last night. Not on my last night in town. Sorry, my second. After Magic Mike, I went to the Pink Taco and I had a quesadilla. And I hit, what did I hit? I hit something really good. I hit, a straight flush, which I believe should be worth more than it is. But anyways, I got a straight flush. It was almost a royal flush, one off the royal.
Oh, man.
But instead of the ace, I got the 9. So anyway, so then I was cheering, and then I see this guy kind of down from the bar, and I was like, yep, like I'm in the mood to pick somebody up. And so we ended up hanging out. We went gambling at the MGM. And then, so here's the thing. This is my first guy ever that I've picked up who's had a vasectomy.
I know young Haley's asking,
What's
how do you find out this information?
Yes.
You have to be really explicit about not wanting children. Like, don't worry, I've had a vasectomy. And I'm like, why was I turned on?
Did he bring it up or did you bring it up?
He has 3 kids, and then I think I was like, oh, like, I don't want kids, but I don't mind people that have kids. I always get very defensive. I feel like people are going to hate me, like, think that I hate kids because I don't want kids. Does that make sense? So then I'll be like, well, like I like kids. I just like don't want kids. Like I'm a happy long distance aunt. Like, do you know what I mean? I think that children are the best case long distance relationship. Do you know what I mean?
So this was like when you were just talking, like nothing happened between you or anything.
We're at the MGM gambling in this whiskey bar.
Because if somebody tells you, oh, don't worry, I've had a vasectomy, that means they're thinking like, don't worry, like, and that means they're already saying like, we might be.
They're like, don't worry, we can bareback it all night, baby. But then I did have like follow-up questions, which I obviously didn't ask, but I was like, so, like I've never been with anybody with a vasectomy as far as I know, but I was going to be like, but like, you could like still get hard, right? Or you still spooge something and just like you're only brewing decaf? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, we were in the car, we were trying to figure out how, like, because the sperm, that's the swimmers. Like,
So there's still,
but sperm still comes out after you had a vasectomy.
right?
Sperm is like in the liquid. Like sperm is in semen.
So it's just the liquid is still good to go, but the sperm has just been
Yeah.
evacuated.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
Haley knows way more than us.
Oh my god. I
But
know.
how do they just weed out? How did they just get that part
Yeah.
out?
What kind of magical science is this?
That's what I
Because
don't know.
Who?
well, because the swimmers are a living thing. The semen is not, right? So it just kills, the vasectomy kills anything that's... yeah, but isn't the swimming part, isn't that what makes it shoot out of the pee-pee hole? So if there's no swimmers, then you would just, when you came, it would just go... right? There'd be no shoot. No distance.
I really think that sperm is the fuel behind
It is,
right?
like semen.
Exactly.
Like coming. It's like, oh, but without the power, how is it gonna come out?
That's how they get their power.
You have to milk it at that point. You have to help it out.
Milk it out.
Oh my god.
He'd be like, oh, can you please suck it? Suck it really hard. I can't. It won't come out. I'm blocked up.
I'm blocked up. Oh my god. It's like I always thought that Frederick Banting was the most genius scientist for coming up with a cure for diabetes, but now I'm like, no, I want to learn who invented the vasectomy.
I think,
That is,
yeah, now that when we go out and we talk to any guys, that should be our go-to question. What do you know about vasectomies?
Yeah, what do you know about vasectomies? The only thing I have heard is that they're easier to reverse than, they're easier to reverse than if a woman gets her tubes tied.
Yeah.
But here's what's interesting. We're talking about this manifest. So remember last week how like I'd been out with like my family and my brother-in-law and my uncle kept on talking about vasectomies and how they've had a vasectomy and they're like, oh, be careful. Like sometimes they don't always work or, you know, whatever. And then it was like all this talk about vasectomy. And then I'm telling Jen and all my friends, oh, it was so gross. My family kept on talking about vasectomies. And then I went out to Vegas and bam, guy with a vasectomy.
See?
Again, the universe is listening.
Your family manifested a man with a vasectomy for you.
Let's hope. And we're like, wait, Christina doesn't need kids. The universe knows I've been barebacking lately and was like, you know what? Let's just throw her down a vasectomy one.
Christina and I have hit that phase in our lives where everyone we sleep with is just recently divorced or has had a vasectomy.
It's true.
Talk about goodwill.
I mean, I've also
My
reached,
sex life is the goodwill.
I've also reached the point in my life where I've never had like an STD. Like I've never had anything more severe than like a UTI, let's say, right? So anyways, it was a good run. Might as well start barebacking now and just enjoy life.
It's like elderly people in the homes. They all just have unprotected sex because there's
Exactly.
nothing to lose.
It's like, oh, whatever.
So we're close. Oh dear. No, guys, we're
Very
clean
close.
though.
I
for
mean,
real.
yeah, for now. That's cool. I'm really pushing
For
my luck.
You don't put that out into the universe.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I'm very clean. I'm got for sure always condoms. Excepting, you know how I feel about condoms. I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes they dry you up. Let's say you're like all wet during sex, and then you put the condom on, and the condom goes in. Nice.
It was a baby one. It's a start.
That was a good one. I'm so
Sorry, I
proud.
interrupted you.
No, that's the only way I ever want to be interrupted. That was beautiful.
Oh,
Oh
cheers.
my god, it was so good. Didn't you like that?
That was beautiful. I'm so jealous of your burbs.
We're quite certain there's a few listeners who masturbate to Christina's burps.
You can tell the difference between mine and yours.
And when I say us, I mean Nick. Nick thinks that because our YouTube videos all of a sudden started getting a lot more hits than usual. And he said he thought it was Christina's Birds. I'm like, why would it be her birth? And he said that in the comments, they're putting the exact minute and second that she burped. So he thinks that's the reason that people are.
And now there's going to be extra time codes in the comments because now that if you're burping too. But her burp was a little softer. It's like her burps have had a vasectomy.
My
They're
burps
just like
have
a little lighter. They don't have the same bubbles in them that mine
I'll
do.
work on it.
Mine are very.
Yeah, but you've been drinking beer for years, and I used to drink wine, so I got to build it up in my body. I gotta
think
build
so.
up the carbonation.
I think so.
But wait, you were talking about being dry during condoms.
Oh yeah, I find that condoms just dry me up. You know, and then
Don't
it's
they
like,
make-
it takes all the moisture out of your body, and then all of a sudden it's like, and you're like all squeaky.
That's why they make lube.
I know, but like I don't just.
You gotta keep a bottle of lube.
It's like I don't have any lube in a hotel room. I'd be like, whatever.
I've never used lube during sex.
I don't even think I have either. Like unless like a lubricated condom, yes.
Yeah.
But
like a bottle of lube.
I know. I don't
think
have
that-
that. I think that's a guy
for
thing.
butt stuff, isn't it?
No.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think you definitely need lube on the butt, right?
Oh no, girls use it for the
I
vagina.
have used lube.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even need it.
She's like,
it's
"No!"
just fun. It's like it's bad.
Oh my god. We're gonna have to clean the mics.
And we're out. We're gonna have to clean the mics. Wait, why is it fun?
It's just an ad.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like.
See,
it's
I
gonna
never
get
knew.
crazy.
It doesn't like you can get. I remember a long time ago when I kind of
Well, now you're
went to
making
like
me want to do it. Oh, sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, you're good. Like when people used to have like fuck-aware parties or whatever.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
Excuse me?
Fuck-aware. Like they would play on the word Tupperware party and they call it fuck-aware.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know. Somebody in
You
Canada had a
mean
fuck-aware party, so they have
orgy?
sex toys. No,
Oh,
no.
sex
Like,
toys.
like still a party where you buy things, but it was all sexually
Oh.
related. And back then you'd see like lubes that were flavored, of course. No, I guess it's supposed to, so somebody's gonna want to go down on you because you taste like strawberries, which I do anyways. But I don't know, but all that kind of stuff. But I think some lubricants like do. Don't they like tingle or do they add a little?
Well,
Oh,
now
I have no
Haley's making
clue.
me want to try it. I've never.
I feel like also if you're lazy and
Yeah.
you don't, want to spit or anything, I mean, you just.
That is the worst when guys like put their finger in their mouth and then they put the finger in the vagina. Like you can't kiss my neck a few more times until it gets wet on its own. Do you know what I mean? That's real. I know I'm not a puppet. I don't want to be treated like one.
I am of such a different opinion.
What about?
Oh, you like that?
Oh yeah.
I want it to get wet on its own.
Have you ever had a guy spit from like standing and then instead of using his hand, just spits and it falls all the way
Ew.
down?
I think that's something I might have seen in a porn, and I literally would have to change the porn. I'm like, well, not coming to this.
Well, I'm sure the guy that did that learned it from porn.
Because I grew up
It's
with
so
porn,
gross.
like
It's so
that was
gross.
my introduction into intimacy. I'm like, oh, that's just intimate. Like that's love. That's a gesture of kindness.
It's just watching it come out and drip down. It's
Ew. Oh my god.
like, gross.
Just like drooled on me. Ugh.
Also, I mean, is that really enough for lubrication? One spit drop? Like
No.
I don't.
But also, if you just kissed a girl's neck like 5 times, she would fucking get wet. But you don't want to do that. You want like.
Christina's wearing a scrunchie and talking about kisses on the neck. Maybe you should kiss a little lower. We found Christina's soft spot.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that'd be all tingle. Sure, I might get goosebumps to the point where I get leg hair before I get wet, but whatever.
I love that Haley thought that you made that special side hairdo because you're covering a hickey.
Oh yeah. I like that hickeys are still around. They're still happening.
Well, are they? Yeah, I guess so.
People are still using that term too, right? You're the youth.
What else would you call them?
Hickey, right? Yeah.
Yeah. A
I
neck
think they have
spot?
another. I think they call it something else in the UK. The UK has a different word for it.
A
Okay.
love bite. I
What was
feel
it? It's a love
a
bite. Yeah, I
love
think it's called a
bite.
love bite.
Mhm.
Love bites.
Yeah, but people our age couldn't get it. We would look a little.
Oh, no. I
Well,
would-
actually, if we had one, it would just look like a birth defect or something. Nobody would think we were getting hickeys. They'd be like,
No,
those
I-
girls? I don't think so.
birthmark. I actually do have a lot of birthmarks. I'm like, oh my god. Anyways,
What
not to
about
turn you all
hickeys?
on or anything. Birthmarks and moles. Yeah, I'm super hot.
I think moles can be sexy.
I'm always like, whenever like a guy, like not that men do like really scratch like your back during sex like a woman does, like women like to scratch nails down the back or whatever.
Yeah, but then you end up sometimes with that dirt in your nails.
Get you a man that exfoliates. What?
Well, when people are sweating.
That's so true. You have like black underneath your fingernails. I scratched some guy's back last night.
Or you feel or if it's dark and you feel some little bumps and you're like, oh, he has little freckles. But then in the morning when the light's on, you realize there's zits.
You got zits underneath your nails.
Gross.
We're horrifying Haley right now. It's so good. We need to get a camera on that face.
Paul would be puking.
Paul would be puking.
Sometimes he looks like he's going to throw up when we talk about.
Well, whenever I scratch guys' backs, yeah, then I'll be like, oh my God, yeah, don't reciprocate. I'm too scared. They're going to like take out a mole or something.
Oh my God, that's so funny. No, I think moles can be sexy. Are we still talking about that? What are we talking about?
Moles.
Shout out to dudes.
Wow. So yeah, so the beer works.
The only moles that aren't sexier is if they they're farming. Like
what kind of moles?
Like they're almost like, growing weeds out of the like hairs coming out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, no.
I'm choking.
Oh, no. So Jen is a mole snob. She prefers the ones with hair coming out of the
Obviously, Haley's never slept with a 50-year-old because she looks mortified.
Do they have more moles?
No, I'm just kidding. But I know you do you get more moles when you get older? No.
No, I think you're born with I was just born with the moles that I have, and they've just been there.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I am too. Maybe more freckles, not more moles.
I have lots of freckles too. I feel like I'm all very spotty. A couple birthmarks. Anyways, a bunch of arm hair. I'm super sexy.
Oh dear, Haley's gonna have nightmares.
Oh my God, I
I feel
know.
like I'm learning.
You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and be like, moles.
No, I'm gonna
With
wake
hair.
up in the middle of the night and be like, what's under my nails?
I know.
It's like Children of the Corn running through his hair. Help me.
Oh my God. Wow. So yeah. So that's where we're at.
Yeah, Vegas. So wait, whatever happened with the guy though in Vegas?
We're still texting. Oh, remember, because he lives in Phoenix, and now I might tailgate your shows in
But
Phoenix.
did you get to feel his vasectomy or no?
I might have seen the vasectomy bulge through
Was
the
there
pants
a
a little
scar?
bit.
Was there a scar? So before you got here, Haley and I had a chat about scars and how she thinks they're sexy, and I was like, yeah, they are kind of sexy.
I think they are sexy, especially
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, a scar is sexy. Do you have any scars?
It's just like a very, very tiny one, nothing big. But
Mhm.
like sometimes, yeah, a scar it can look like a guy's like lived a life a little.
Yeah, I only have one scar, and it's from that guy on that WoW Air flight last year that
You have a
dropped.
scar from it? Oh,
Sure
I never
do,
even
on the
noticed
side of my
until you
forehead.
pointed out.
Some guy, like I was sleeping on the flight, and I had like the middle row all to myself. Some guy went to get his like laptop or his like tablet from the overhead compartment, and as we know, items during flight may have shifted.
You have
the
it
overhead
memorized?
bin, right? So he went to grab it, and it landed on my head, and I was sleeping, and I don't even know what's happening. I'm just like, oh, why is there like water all over my face? And then I was like, oh my God, my face is bleeding, and he sliced this open, and then. Yeah, I had to go to urgent care when I got to Iceland, and he did actually pay for my stitches, but I do have a scar from that.
Oh wow, that's a terrifying way to wake up.
That is terrifying. Oh my God, I'm like, my palms are sweaty just talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, but I look like I couldn't, like, this is how you know it was serious. I couldn't even stop to take a selfie. I was like, I'm dying. Like, there's blood all down my face. Like, just like streams of blood. I looked like I was in a horror movie. It looked so
I
bad.
can't believe it cut you that bad.
Wow. It just like came down
That is a long way to fall though, from the overhead down to
right to this. I mean, just like, I
the
guess
chair.
if you get a head injury, your head likes to bleed real fast.
How long were you just like bleeding out on the plane?
Oh, it was 6 more hours?
6?
Yeah. It was like a 9-hour flight and it happened like 3 hours in.
Did you feel dizzy?
I felt a little off, but I think it was just, I felt shaky because I'd seen my face in the mirror, so I was really nervous.
Because at that elevation and losing blood, I would think you would start to feel
I
like.
know. The flight attendants were really nice. And then they sent me a little thing. They're like, how's your head injury? And then,
They did
I
a
felt-
follow up? Did they send you some free drink tickets?
Well, that's the thing. I probably could have written them back and being like, okay, so we went to urgent care and it cost this much money. But I mean, the guy legit, I don't even think it was the airline's fault. And then,
No, it's not their fault.
and then the guy did pay for everything. But then also, I probably could have gotten some free flights. But then the airline went bust. It went broke. It's not in service anymore. Wow Air. It's no longer.
Wow.
Wow.
It was called Wow Air. Wow. Wow. Head injuries in the sky. It's gone.
Oh, you got violated on a plane.
I did. Oh my God. Have you
I'm
ever
sweating.
done anything freaky or kinky on an airplane?
Oh.
As I said that, I was like, oh my God, yes.
Your face.
Oh my God.
It wasn't freaky.
No.
It was maybe a little rubbing under a blanket. It wasn't freaky.
That was it. Just a little handy.
That's the worst I've ever done. Your face was so funny.
Because I realized as I asked the question that I already
that
knew
you
the
were
answer.
3 rows back. That's what you realized?
3 rows back.
Dude, fucking kudos to the guy that had the window seat and pretended he did not even know.
I would pretend
That guy
to.
read his book nonstop.
Good for him.
And
he was probably looking out of the corner. There was a guy having some like email drama on my flight last week, and I was still like totally looking at it. I was like, I can't even help it. I'm like, what's going on here? Somebody's pissed at him at work.
Oh, you're trying to read
I
all
bet
of
you
it?
that guy was secretly taking a few peeks.
Oh my God. I'm going to stink. Is that okay?
No, I think it's great.
Okay.
Pheromones.
Febreze in the back if you want it.
Now you're making me want to hook up with a guy with a scar.
Whoa.
Should I go to comedy show?
Yeah, just hang out with.
We got to end this podcast.
Like, I don't know. We could probably like walk 5 blocks south of here. There'll be lots of scars.
That was a joke that I didn't know if it would be to me, but I'm not being mean.
No.
The guy that runs Comedy Chow is a scar, and I think it's kind of sexy.
Yeah, there we
Do you know
go.
Comedy Chow? They do it up at where is it now? It moves around a lot. It's up
What's it
at
called?
Western, and they call it Comedy Chow. It's up at Western and not Western. What am I talking about? Hollywood and Highland. It's a
Oh, I don't
show
know.
every Wednesday.
Oh, I don't know it.
I'll introduce you. All right, we gotta go. This is a quick
Right,
one. Well, it feels quick. It's 30 minutes, but
You know, time flies when you're talking about vasectomies.
and I gotta go put on some
And lube.
deodorant. I gotta go manifest some deodorant.
There's too much lube in Jen's armpits right now. So
Oh,
she has to
yeah.
go try to dry it up. Maybe even put some condoms under there and that'll dry it up.
You know somebody has a fetish of fucking armpits, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Haley's like, yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, no.
She said, matter of fact. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys.
Okay.
If you know anything about vasectomies and
Thanks
what
for
happens to the
listening.
swimmers, email us.
Yeah, please email us
At
what happens to
Jillin.
the swimmers after the vasectomy. Where do dead jizzers go? And then, and then as George Gonzalez had told us, we need to start saying at the end of our podcast, don't forget to follow me on social media at WalkinSauce. I have a website, ChristinaWalkinshaw.com, which I update, once every 5 years.
My social media is at Jen Murphy Comedy. And email us at jillinoffpod@gmail.com. Oh, and go to YouTube.
Yeah,
And watch
YouTube.
us. Touch yourself. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Do you smell me?
Yeah.
Do I smell?
No.
Because she told you the right one's the worst.
Ah!